Hello， 大家好啊！咁今日咧第一次出嚟拍片啦，咁就去咗一間咧我自己第一次嚟英國咧飲嘅咖啡店嚟嘅。咁啊，當然一定係揀啲小店啦。今日咧就嚟到 Warrington 站呢度啦。咁其實咧呢間店咧就喺 Warrington 火車站咧 ，Warrington Central 咧同嗰啲站咧附近嘅啫。咁我好近嘅。咁一出個火車站咧，咁其實轉左手邊一路行咧就行到噶啦。咁點解我當初會嚟呢間咖啡店咧？咁當然佢係一間小店啦。咁好似想一來幫襯下小店，二來咧。其實咧，我諗大家都明㗎啦。如果要揾一個咖啡店，而佢係認真少少去做咖啡嘅話咧，其實都唔容易。咁啊，上網都係 Google 啦，咁再嚟揾啦，咁就揾到呢間咧 This間 Coffee。其實佢都做咗好耐㗎啦，都有10年，口碑都唔錯㗎。我睇到咧，其實佢都攞咗好多唔同嘅獎嘅，係 Warrington 嘅一啲嘅餐廳嘅獎項啦，攞咗幾年㗎啦。好，咁啊，講咗一陣咧，咁啊行兩步咧就已經嚟到呢個 This 間 Coffee。咁啊，你會見到個好大嘅招牌㗎。咁啊，亦都其中一個原因吸引我咧，咁樣就係佢嘅 slogan 啦。Life's too short for bad coffee。係啊，冇錯啊。所以咧，我哋就要揾啲好嘅咖啡店啦。慢慢行入嚟，先去到間店，同老闆傾偈之前咧，咁去睇睇間店先。喂 ，Hello。哇，其實呢間店咧都係真係一間好細嘅咖啡店啦。咁但係咧，乜嘢嘢佢都有提供嘅。有提供唔同嘅產地嘅咖啡豆啦，咁都會有手沖嘅供應，咁會見到佢都好認真去做咖啡嘅，咁都試過晒佢咁多款豆噶啦。咁佢做手沖嘅時候咧，都有佢哋自己嘅沖法嘅，好特別嘅。咁都係我嚟到英國第一次見，咁會自己走去啷下個咖啡壺嘅，喺沖煮嘅過程，咁大家都可以過嚟試下佢嘅沖煮方法啦。咁佢哋見到老闆都會好用心咁去佈置間餐廳啦，好舒服嘅入嚟嗰種感覺，好舒服，好想去入嚟坐安靜啊！突然間靜咗，用播住啲音樂咧，就有一種好安靜嘅感覺。咁當我哋咧慢慢再行嚟嘅時候咧，咁佢唔係淨得一層嘅，咁一路上去佢有第二層嘅，咁第二層上面咧就係老闆自己嘅私人嘅設計嘅位置嚟嘅，咁當然都係開放俾大家去飲嘢喺度傾偈咁樣啦，咁下邊個鋪面咧其實就唔係好大，坐好多人。咁但係咧，當你一上到嚟樓上嘅時候咧，忍唔住細聲咗啊，因為個點真係實在太舒服。咁會有一個自己嘅角落啦，會有啲企啦。咁呢度我都坐咗一陣，因為佢有啲漫畫，但係英文版嘅。咁啊，懶係學英文咁樣就睇咗一陣啲英文嘅漫畫啦。咁碌咁重新睇多次。咁再下嚟嘅時候咧，咁你就會見到一個私人嘅空間，好舒服嘅呢度一樣。老闆之前咧就擺啲遊戲機喺度嘅，咁啊俾大家咧係行過嚟喺度飲咖啡嘅時候，又想同啲朋友靜一靜咧，咁佢就會俾大家打下機啦。咁呢個都係老闆自己個設計嚟嘅，佢覺得好辛苦喺出面工作嘅時候，咁亦都係有一個 moment， 有一個閒靜嘅時間，可以俾自己咧遠離一個工作嘅環境，可以去釋放一下啦，可以做下自己中意做嘅嘢。咁呢間咖啡店好細，但係好舒服。咁跟住我哋就同老闆落去同老闆傾下偈啦。Yeah, today I'm very happy. It's my first time to take a video, so I'm really nervous, and it's a great challenge because I need to speak in English. I think I asked you before, Bob, and then you said, the one who sits next to me is Bob, the owner of this coffee shop.
That's it.
Dick's
Bean Bar, yeah.
Dick's Bean Bar. It is just next to the Warrington. Is it the main bus station?
Yeah, Warrington Bus Interchange. And Warrington Central train station.
Yeah, so it's very convenient. I think this location. Yeah. So I'm very happy. And I asked Bob before, can you have an interview video recording with me? And then he said this is your first time.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's also the first time.
Us, yes.
Yeah. So it's very nervous. The first guest, in my video is also my first video because actually it's the first coffee shop I visited once
when you moved here?
Yeah, when I moved in. You remember I moved in 3 years before.
Oh, was it 3 years already?
It's already 3 years.
Wow.
And I remember this 3 years. I can see a lot of changes. The big changes is your son.
Oh yeah, my son's grown massively.
Become one of your partner. Can I say partner or?
Yeah. He's always worked in the shop.
Yeah. Is he good now? become a good barista?
He's getting a lot better. He's always liked doing the kitchen.
Oh, he likes it.
He doesn't enjoy the front of house the same.
Oh.
You know, with nerves and talking to people, it's a little bit different.
It's different time.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you like the kitchen work or in the front?
I like both.
You like
Yeah,
both?
yeah, I've always enjoyed both. I did a lot of work in bars and restaurants, front of house, waitering and things, so I'm used to the front of house. But I've always liked the kitchen. I like ingredients, I like cooking, I like the coffee, so yeah, there's a lot I enjoy.
Yeah, that is what I want to know. I know that you are working in this industry, catering industry, for 30 years, and you start the Big Beans bar. Is this in 2016?
Yeah, 10 years. 10 years this May.
10 years. 10 years. It's not a short time. 10 years.
No.
Yeah. Why do you want to start your coffee shop?
A few reasons. To get more balance in my life. So I was at home when my kids were awake rather than working restaurants and bars and being at work at the night time and then asleep in the day. And also, there wasn't a lot of coffee shops that were comfortable. There was lots of chains like Starbucks and Costa, where it's kind of clean surfaces and kind of you're in and out, a bit like McDonald's feeling.
Yeah.
But not comfortable.
Not comfortable for a long stay.
Yeah. So I wanted to create something that was comfortable for everybody and was a bit more down to earth.
Yeah, but I think it's a work for having a coffee shop. This is very a lot of work to do.
Yes, it's a long day. We make everything fresh, so there's a lot of baking, cookery, and then orders that come on through the day, so everything's done to order. The same as the coffee, it's all made fresh to order. There's no machines, there's no cheating. So there's a lot to think about from day-to-day processes, and then obviously it's a business, so you have to manage the paperwork, the finances. There's two sides. Yeah. There's what we see here, and there's what you do behind the scenes. Is a lot of hours.
Then, actually, I think you would say you will have less time to stay with your family because of your business.
Because I've had the business, yes, I've missed like daytime things because of my commitment, and holidays and birthdays and things like that, because the shop is always open. But because it closes at 3-4 o'clock each day, I'm always home when the boys finish school. I'm there, and at the weekends we're not open on a Sunday, so I'm there. So there's more balance, more family time.
Small family time. Okay, compare with
still lots of work. Yeah.
Okay, just compare.
Yes.
You're already here for 10 years. Can you tell us any changes in Warrington and any changes in your coffee shop?
Yeah.
Or any changes, or what you didn't want to change and then keep it. You think this is the core of your business, of your coffee shop?
The core aspect of the coffee shop was, a fresh, good product. That's always been the same. We have a selection of beans. We brew in different ways, but it's always done to order. We don't, make a jug of coffee and leave it for half an hour. It's always fresh. The wall will never change. This will never change.
Let's see the wall. About the wall.
Pop culture from the 80s in the UK. It's what myself and my friends grew up with, reading, and this was a collection that my wife had.
Are they a very common comics for kids?
Very, very common in the 70s, 80s, even to the 90s. It was a big part of growing up in the UK. Because
for me, I just know Snoopy. That is America.
Okay.
Is it America? Snoopy.
That's American. So this was Dennis the Menace. That's probably the most well-known character.
But I can imagine if I went to a shop in Hong Kong that has a lot of comics, old school comics, a long time ago, then I think all the memory coming out of my head. Okay. I think another thing I want to ask is about the other corner. Other than this wall is very attractive. When I once come to your shop and I look at the wall, I think it's amazing. I also spend some time on your wall. And other than the wall, I know upstairs you have another corner.
Yeah, upstairs we have some cartoons and books and a few games, and some board games. Somewhere you can escape and have some quiet time, a good coffee, and just Yeah, just enjoy a moment out of your normal day.
Why do you have that idea?
Escaping the routine.
Why do you have this idea to set a lot of games, even
probably-
TV games?
Probably because I have boys and they wanted something to do whilst I was having a coffee. So it's a little bit distraction, but also distraction for yourself, and it's what I like. Yeah, retro. So we have lots of retro consoles from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s.
Your age.
Yeah, yeah. All the things I wanted as a child, but I couldn't have.
Yeah, so this shop is a lot of memory, a lot of your memory.
Yeah. A lot of people my age growing up of what you call pop culture now. Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us some secrets that you make a good coffee?
The secrets to making coffee. I think probably the only real secret we have here is the hand press, which
Hand press
means when you pack the coffee, it's the same no matter who. If you're packing, I'm packing, Mark's packing the coffee. It's the same pressure. It's always level. A lot of people just use a hand press.
Yeah, use that
which is fine, but how you press, how I press would be different. And that by far is the biggest secret we have.
Biggest secrets. That's so then you can make sure that every coffee will have the same quality.
Yeah. So the grinder you dial in, but then the press is a variable. So when you have the manual press like that, that variable is gone, and then the machine takes over. So we have consistency through the espresso.
I think this is important for the customer. They
Very
want to
important.
taste.
Yeah. Otherwise, I make a flat white, Mark makes flat white. It's different. Your customers, if they enjoy a product, they want to come back and have that same product again. You can't be good one day, not good. You can, but I don't think it works. Customers will be upset one day and then happy one day. So you want to be consistent.
So you have a lot of customers keep going to your shop.
I have customers for 10 years. The first customer that used the shop actually came in on Saturday and got a coffee. Which I was very pleased to see that even our first customer still uses the shop 10 years later.
Yeah, of course, it's like a very, very old fan.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
Then, what would be your favorite way to brew a coffee?
Personally, I use a V60 at home. I like filter coffee. It's more balanced. There's not as much acidity as with the espresso, and you get a little bit more of the floral aromas and the sort of depth of the coffee. And it's a bit cleaner. It's easier to drink, and it's how I start my day every day.
Yeah, and you can also taste the flavor of the coffee.
Yeah, a lot more.
Yeah, and do you agree? People in the UK, they don't really care about the quality of the coffee. How do you comment this?
I think the culture is changing, that more and more people are looking at where the bean is from, what variety it is, and they're asking questions. But still, there is a lot of people, probably, I would say, older than me, that are more interested in, the table, the comfy chair, the environment, rather than the quality of the coffee.
So if they can choose, then they will choose the best one. Or they don't care even.
It's a difficult one. A lot of people will choose ease and comfort rather than good quality than the coffee.
Then I think it will be very hard to promote the specialty coffee, this culture.
It's hard, but it's changing. The same thing happens in other areas like wine, where in the 80s the wine menu was very small. Now the wine list is very big.
It's too big,
and people have understand, and they have learnt, the difference between a New Zealand wine and a French wine, and the same is happening with coffee. The farmers are putting more emphasis on the quality of the coffee, and gradually the customers are starting to realise we want goods quality. We don't necessarily want instant coffee anymore.
Yes. That means they need to know that first.
Yeah, but it takes time for that information to filter from the farm to the customer.
Do you want any workshop in your shop so that maybe some of my friends, they watch the video, they can come to you?
Yeah, we've run lots of cupping sessions, V60 brewing sessions, even latte art, home brewing. We run masterclasses every sort of quarter, and we choose a different topic depending on what people ask us that they're interested in. Everybody has always been very positive about the masterclasses. And Mark's exceptional at his latte art, so people pick up things like that very easily.
Oh, the masterclass. You want to master in your coffee brewing skill?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I know there are lots of competition and a lot of changes in the last 10 years and also the coming 10 years. Are you going to stay in here for more than 10, 20, 30 years?
Yeah, I'm very happy doing what I do. I don't plan on changing too much between now and when I retire. The change in locally has been quite big. There's been a lot of investment in the town. There's a lot more people living locally with sort of residential buildings that have gone up. People like yourself moving to the area.
Yes, a lot of Hong Kong people.
Yeah, and I think we're in a good place. Bus station, train station, yeah, local for everyone walking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed the business will carry on going for at least another 10 years.
I think you will have another and more customers who stay with you for another 10 years.
I hope so, yeah.
They enjoy the environment, they enjoy the relationship with you.
Yeah, the community.
The community. Yeah. That is the big shop, the train store, they cannot give. So can I say community, good coffee, and enjoy your moment. It's your core.
Yeah, that's what we aim for. It's only a small piece of the day, but it's a break away from your work, from your bills, from going to the bank, the not so much fun stuff. So this is the fun stuff.
Yeah, I can tell you, I can feel all this. I can feel all this. Even the first time when I come to your shop, I can feel all this battle. Yeah, that's why I remember the slogan of your shop is
life's too short for bad coffee.
Yeah, so we need to take a good coffee, enjoy your moment, enjoy your coffee. Thank you, Walt.
Thank you.